Do you think he has plans to meddle there in a way that he doesn't want to meddle in other places in the world?
Well, it's very interesting because a couple of weeks ago he sent a letter to the Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader. The letter, based on the reporting, was kind of an ultimatum, which is get your act together and give up nuclear weapons in 2 months, or there'll be consequences, which sounds a lot like the kind of letter from George H.W. Bush that Jim Baker took to Geneva and gave to Iraq's Prime Minister Tariq Aziz right before we threw the Iraqis out of Kuwait in 1991.
Mm.
If it's that kind of ultimatum, then whether it's the U.S. or Israel or some combination, if 2 months is really the limit, that clock has started ticking again. If this press report is correct, so we may be closer to military action against Iran's nuclear program than people have realized.
We have conflicting reports across the world's media of how close Iran is to building the bomb. There was that shocking report that they were swapping drone technology with the Russians for nuclear secrets and help and assistance. What's your understanding of how close they are?
Well, I think they're very close. I think they've been violating the 2015 nuclear deal right along. All these reports the International Atomic Energy gives about what amounts of uranium they've enriched are very interesting because the IAEA is only seeing a small piece, I think, of the entire effort, and they've certainly not seen anything on the weaponization aspect, which is critical. It's not just enrichment; it's actually building a nuclear weapon. Israel in October destroyed one of their weaponization sites. There are probably 17 other nuclear sites left, and we know exactly where they are.
Well, that would certainly put a few things in perspective there. John, while I've got you, let's have a little game of sort of predictions. Do you think there will be a viable ceasefire, a viable peace deal before the summer this year in Ukraine?
I think it's very unlikely unless if Trump, as is possible, cuts off again military assistance, including intelligence to Ukraine. If the Europeans can't step up and fill that gap, I think Ukraine could be in very difficult circumstance, which is obviously what Trump intends. But even if you had a viable, lasting ceasefire by the summer, I say again, Moscow isn't giving up. This is part of a long-term plan. It may take them a while to regroup their armies. They've got other targets in Central Asia and the Caucasus, maybe Moldova. They'll outflank Ukraine to the west. This isn't going to stop until the regime in Russia changes.